I'm Jocelyn Laidlaw, National Ambassador for Colorectal Cancer Canada, with some big news. Je suis très heureuse d'accueillir Donna Saker, personnalité bien connue de la radio montréalaise. Elle est la nouvelle ambassadrice de Cancer Colorectal Canada pour le Québec. I am incredibly honored to introduce Donna Saker as the ambassador for Quebec for Colorectal Cancer Canada. You, of course, know her as Montreal's #1 radio personality at the Beat 92.5 and someone who is an open book, just incredibly honest and open, sharing so much with her listeners. And that's why we're really honored to have her on board at Colorectal Cancer Canada. Welcome, Donna. Congratulations. I'm super excited to have you on board. And one of the reasons why I think it's so important for you to be the voice of Colorectal Cancer Canada in Quebec is because right now in Quebec, we have no routine screening program for early detection of colorectal cancer. Tell me about your experience, what brought you on board, and why you think it's important.
Well, first of all, I didn't even realize that, and that was such a shock to me. And I started getting colonoscopies about 10 years ago, so around 48. And we've always been told, around 50 is when we start the screening process. At least that's what I understood. And then there were some flags. So, polyps were discovered. So I was told to get them at least every 3 years. And then I was having conversations with my girlfriends who were in the same age saying, oh, I've never had one. Or everything's normal. My doctor didn't have any flags or alarms and stuff. And I thought, well, you get your breasts checked, at least hopefully on a regular basis. Why wouldn't you also worry about, the other end as well? Why wait for symptoms first before, going to the lengths to get something done and catch something, in time? And so this last time that I went in the last 6 months, figured it was a routine colonoscopy. Everything was fine, no problem. And I was shocked to find out that I had a lesion tumor. Not a big one, but a small one. And thank heavens it was not cancerous. But again, no symptoms, eating healthy, everything was fine. And so I was shocked. I was expecting, okay, another polyp, everything is fine. But to actually hear that word lesion or tumor was something that really scared me a lot. So I thought, okay, I need to be a voice, at least for women here in Quebec, which I am for a lot of women's health issues. And I thought this is something that is not talked about a lot, whether it's embarrassment or shyness or just, you're uncomfortable to talk about it. So I thought, well, I've shared mostly all my life on radio. I might as well keep going.
Yeah, why stop at the bottom, right? We might as well just keep going.
Exactly.
What's interesting is that you are not a cancer patient. And that's actually what I find to be most inspiring about you coming on board as the ambassador for Colorectal Cancer Canada in Quebec. And that's because most of the time it's a cancer patient like myself. And what we represent is quite frightening for others. But you actually are speaking volumes about catching things early. And actually, the preventative nature of screening for colorectal cancer is that you can catch it before it becomes cancer. And that's part of your story.
Right. And I thought, well, why don't I do something silly and show the whole colonoscopy prep and take people on the journey, which we know is not pleasant, but it's not terrible and doable. And I think people are almost most scared of that, to be honest, is what's involved with the prep. So when I showed them on my Instagram the journey of, of what to do throughout the 24 hours, that it really was not that bad, right up until the moment when I was getting wheeled in with the happy drugs to get my colonoscopy done. So many women reached out to me and said, that's it? Like, really? It's not that bad. And I said, listen, if I can do it, you can do it. And yeah, it's a day of being a little bit uncomfortable and hungry. But it's a good clean out and you feel amazing afterwards. And even better, early detection. I mean, knowledge is power, right, Jocelyn? So that's why I wanted to share that.
Yeah, it's so true. And I appreciate you saying that so much. You're right. There's a bit of an ick factor. So if we can get people over that, and you're exactly right. At the end of the day, it's a really good cleanse and you come out of it with information that could save your life. So tell me what you plan to do in the coming year as the ambassador for Colorectal Cancer Canada in Quebec. What's your outreach? What are you telling Montrealers?
Well, I mean, first, I think that, people have always asked me, okay, well, how do I do it? How do I talk to my doctor? So the first thing is, obviously have a conversation with your doctor. And, we have the test that they send kind of like that you send back
Yeah,
in
the
the
fit
mail.
test.
The fit
Hmm.
test, right? So some people feel like that's fine and that's enough. For me, I want to almost push it a little bit farther than that because nothing is really 100% foolproof. Although good, I would rather know all the details of everything that is going on and stuff. So why not take it one step further? And because there are such huge wait times in the public system here in Quebec, at least have this conversation and get the appointment done, even if it's
Right.
well into next year. Get it done and get it booked. Okay. So then that's just sort of one thing that's sort of off your plate. And over the holidays, for sure, I want to start doing some videos because we all know that food is medicine, right? So
Right.
I want to start doing more I guess, information and videos about the kind of foods that are so good. One thing that I was told by the gastrosurgeon who did my colonoscopy, I need more fiber in my diet. And I was like, I get tons of fiber. What are you talking about? I do tons of fruits
Yeah.
and vegetables. So he goes, no, I'm talking about real soluble fiber. So how do we get that? As women, we're always bloated and we're feeling like all this and stuff. So how to incorporate better foods and make better choices when it comes to making ourselves regular and feeling full and eating the right foods and making the proper choices. And of course, the not fun side of reducing our alcohol intake. We all know that
Yeah.
that's, I know, going into the holidays, it's like, you're boring, Donna. I said, I know, but there's also healthy choices you can make when it comes to mocktails and things like
Right.
that. But I approach things with humor and comedy. I feel that always takes the edge off of things. So anything that I can do that can get a message on that make people laugh at the same time, then I feel like the message gets across more clearly.
I agree. People are open to the message. They open themselves up to hear your message when they're laughing and engaging with you on that level. So, congratulations on being able to connect with people across Quebec with this important message. It's so important. And I really, it pains me greatly that Quebec seems to be behind the rest of
Oh, trust me. It's so frustrating to me. It's something that I cannot believe is in the forefront of conversations where it seems like we hear about mammograms all the time and other women's health issues and stuff, but I was just shocked there was not a lot of dialogue here in Quebec. And I always wish there was a mandatory screening, like we have to get our winter tires on by law by December 1st, so we do it. It's like, for safety reasons. So for me, I'm like, sign me up, do it. I want to know everything that is squeaky clean. And then you know what? When you finally find out what is going on or nothing is going on, the sense of the relaxation and the feeling of stress that drops from your body, because I'm fine. I'm fine now for 3 to 5 years. I'm good. The fear of the unknown is I think one of our greatest fears. And Jocelyn, I mean, you've been through it yourself. And so once you get all the information and educated on what's kind of involved, and you know what, talk to your friends. I have conversations with my girlfriends, girls' night out, and like lay it on the table. Okay, who's had a colonoscopy? Who's getting one? Anyone have any weird stuff going on down there? Your girlfriends are a safe space. So talk to them as well. And I feel that 50 for me is just too late a date now. And I'm hearing more and more that they're seeing colon cancer in a lot of younger people, much younger people now these days, whether it's stress factors, nutrition factors, everything like that as well. So I want to check everything off the list.
I couldn't agree more. So you're absolutely right. The age across Canada, the recommended age and best practice is 50. Maybe one day we'll get that down to 45 or even 40 and grab some more cases early in the diagnostic phase and get those people diagnosed more quickly, or at least find out what's going on with that age group. But for now, Canadians need to know, and Quebecers need to know, Quebecers especially need to know that the onus is on them to step up and talk to their doctors to get tested. They're not going to get a letter or a phone call from anybody. Nobody's
Nope.
babysitting them when it comes to this issue.
Yeah. So have the conversation. Don't be shy. Get it done. And like I said, once it's done, you feel so much better that you've done it. And then you realize it's really not that big a deal. I mean, I've had 4 now in 10 years, and it's so routine for me that I'm getting to know my doctor very well.
Yeah. They know you inside and out, Donna.
Literally.
Hey, you know what? I am so honored and grateful that you've come on board. I'm doing what I can nationally, but to have an ambassador like you speaking to all Quebecers is so important. And we're so grateful and so honored that you've joined us. So thank you so much. And best of luck. I can't wait to collaborate with you in the year to come.
Me too, Jocelyn. And thank you for being such an amazing inspiration and trailblazer yourself, really.
Uh, it's a pleasure. I look forward to the good work we can do together.